Thanks for tuning in. Who's got their cup of tea? If you have your cup of tea, please take a screenshot and please post it and tag me and use the hashtag tea with Tanja Lee after this so I can connect with you. All right. Hi, we're back here on Facebook and it looks like it's still glitching. Okay, I'm just going to go for it. I don't know why that is. All right. Well, that's interesting because we take the video off Facebook. So thanks for tuning in. If you are on Facebook, go to Instagram. It just seems to be better. This morning there is some kind of glitch. Okay, so the first episode of Tea with Tanja Lee last week, I talked about the biggest club that I believe we are all subscribed to, that we need to unsubscribe to, which is the club of I'm good enough. Do you remember? Kate, are you saying it's the same on Facebook? Is that what you're saying? It's the same? Is it still glitching on Facebook? I'm sorry, friends on Instagram. It's very boring to hear this, but stick with me because I've got some really good gold to share. Joe's feeling energized. Paula, good morning. So lovely to see your beautiful face too. Kate, can you do me a favor? Is it still glitching on Facebook, my love? Good morning, Diane, your beautiful soul. Congratulations on your Savers activity. All right. So, hey, Luke, great to have you here as well. Thanks for tuning in. I think we need to unsubscribe to the club of we're not good enough. And last week, I also deconstructed that there were two orientations, our ego and our soul, and that the work really is to shift from our ego or our inner saboteur over to our soul orientation, which is the heart of who we are. And this is where we are the predominant creative force in our own life. Oh, sorry, Greg. I don't know why it's glitchy. That's really boring. I'm just going to keep going. If you're on Facebook and you don't like the glitch, jump onto Instagram because it's perfect on Instagram. So have you ever, do you know, like for me, I know how to be fit and healthy, right? We eat well and we exercise. We know how to be successful. We don't spend more than we earn. And we do things that we're good at and passionate about. Yes, still not lovely and sharp on Facebook. Switch to Insta. Yeah, please switch to Insta if you're on Facebook. It's glitching for some reason. So I believe, and many of us know, that we know what to do to be happy, healthy, fulfilled, successful, connected, and confident. But notice how knowing how to eat well and exercise to be fit makes no difference to whether you do it or not. Notice how it makes no difference. Notice that in relation, yeah, agree. Kelly says, I agree. Notice that knowing how to be successful, which is, work passionately and don't spend more than you earn, doesn't make any difference to whether we do it or not. Just notice. So I believe that knowing versus doing are two different things. And so today I want to share with you what are the 5 ingredients that our inner saboteur consciously consumes, consistently devours, that has all of our dreams, desires, hopes, aspirations, passion, intuitive genius. What is it doing that has us suppressed and squashed in our own self? On your page, that's something I often say, I know that's what I need to do. It's just taking the action. Yes. So I'm going to give you an insight. We're going to go under the hood of your subconscious mind today and find out, because you're smart. You've read, you've listened to podcasts, you've gone to workshops, you've heard from amazing teachers and trainers and people, all crystal clear here. Thanks, Nicole. By the way, please, if you're not driving and you're hanging out with your tea, by the way, thanks, cheers for joining me on Tea with Tanja Lee. Type in what you're hearing. Type in the main points, the lessons, the blessings, the tips, the insights. Type it in because your body will have a kinesthetic reaction and connection to what I'm saying. And then all of us get to learn with what you're sharing. So type in what you're hearing. So you know how to be successful. You know how to be healthy. You know how to have great relationships. You need to be present. You need to listen. You need to forgive. You need to show up. You need to be thoughtful, compassionate, empathetic. You know these things. But knowing makes no difference. So let's go under the hood of our subconscious mind where our ego really resides and have a look at what are the ingredients, what are the benefits, what are the things that our inner saboteur, the one that just wants us to be small, the one that doesn't want us to be seen, the one that is scared of being judged, because remember from last session, the ego's agenda is to seek validation. If the ego's fundamental core belief is that you're not good enough, I'm not good enough, we're not good enough, it is absolutely going to go and gather evidence to be right about it. So why do we stop ourselves? Why do we sabotage our success? Why, when we want to be healthy, do we eat the donuts and not exercise? Why, when we want to be in a relationship, do we bring our shitty selves sometimes and not give ourselves to others? Why? Get your pen and paper ready and get your fingers ready for the keyboard, because I'm going to share with you these 5 ingredients. Now, when I learned these, it radically changed my world, and it really was a catalyst for why I wanted to become a conscious creation coach, because I believe that inside of us, there are all these dreams and hopes and aspirations and amazing ideas that are just laying dormant, waiting to be fulfilled. And we've got to give ourselves permission to do that. Melissa Turner, thanks to you, I'm now doing the things that I have always known but not done consistently. Oh, beautiful. Good on you, Melissa. All right, so let's get ready for a brew. I love this lesson. And when I do one-on-one private coaching sessions, when we do this lesson, this is where people have a breakthrough. So get ready for access to a breakthrough, because once you learn what these 5 benefits are, you have no excuses, because you will then be consciously sabotaging yourself. So cheers. Let's go. Get your fingers ready. Hey, Steve, Suzanne, good morning, Joe Black. Okay. The reason we consciously and unconsciously sabotage our own success, don't do the things that we desire and want to do, don't do the things consistently that we know we should do to achieve the things that we want, because of these reasons. Number 1, and if I have some scribers, I'm nervous with no excuses. There you go, Saray. No excuses, right? If you want to be a conscious creator, you got to show up and do the work. You can't meditate and just hope for a bag of money to fall out of the sky, right? It's just not going to happen. This is about becoming a magician of the material world and using practical magic to make your dreams come true. And believe me, it's completely possible. So get your fingers ready, get your pen and paper ready. And as I share these, and I've shared these before numerous times, but I'm going to share them again. And if you've heard them before, listen like you've never heard them before. And as I share them, I invite you to look at which one of these is holding you back, really holding you back. And we touched on these last week. Here we go. Number 1, who can remember what it is? We get to be right about our shitty beliefs, judgments, opinions, and assessments about ourselves, others, and the world. So one of the first ingredient that our inner saboteur consumes on a consistent basis to keep us, safe and small and not seen, is we get to be right about what he did, she did, they did, who we are, we're not good enough, we'll never be a success, we don't have time, whatever it is. We get to be right. That's number 1. So someone type that in for me. The number 1 benefit, the number 1 ingredient, thank you, Calmstar, that our inner saboteur gets is we get to be right. And awesome. Congratulations. I don't know where the trophy is for that, because believe me, I too looked for that for years. I was so addicted to being right about not being good enough and, not being able to fulfill my desires, that it was just a lame excuse for why I didn't do number 2. So that's number 1. And as I go through the 5 ingredients of our inner saboteur, I invite you to look at, which one is the one that's really holding me back? You will be doing all 5 to a degree, but there will be one that'll be your Achilles heel or your biggest benefit to your saboteur. Thanks, Melissa. Beautiful work. Okay. Number 2, we avoid responsibility. We avoid responsibility for showing up and being consistent, for completing the projects that we started, for having integrity with our word. By the way, a big, big, big distinction. If you want to be the predominant creative force in your own life, if you want to be the one that cultivates and carves your reality from your thought and energy alone, you have to be aligned with your word. If you say you're going to do something, when you do it, you're congruent. Your thoughts, your conscious and unconscious mind get the message that you fulfill on what it is you say you're going to do. If there's one thing I know that sabotages our success is we shoulda, coulda, woulda, gonna, done it all over ourselves, and we don't take the action. Yesterday in my gratitude and my gratitude journal, I wrote 3 things that I was going to complete yesterday. And there was a point last night when I was lying on the floor with the fire going with my dog's cushion, and I was so relaxed and I hadn't completed one thing. Did I feel like doing it? No, I didn't feel like doing it, but I knew what would give me power and what would have me wake up today fully embodied and have integrity to share this stuff with you is to be my word. You know, the oracle in the Matrix has a sign in the kitchen that says, know thyself. The best way I know to know thyself is to be thy word. Ooh, we're going to do a whole Tea with Tanja Lee episode just on that. But that's the second point. Be responsible. If you say you're going to do something, do it. This is about integrity. Now, responsibility as a distinction means that you are able to respond to what life throws at you. It doesn't mean that you have to have all the answers. It doesn't mean you need to know everything. It just means that you relate to yourself as responsible to be resourceful to find out. Does that make sense? Because when we make time and money and no partner or 3 kids under 10 or whatever our reality is, when we make those reasons, excuses, and justifications the reason why we don't do what we say we want to do, we make those things more powerful than our own innate power to be resourceful. We give those resources, time, money, energy, people, tools. We give that the power, and we don't act like we have the power. We have the power to be unbelievably resourceful, but are we willing to be responsible for it? That's the question. So yes, we avoid responsibility. I'm stopping. You're doing, Melissa. I'm stopping. You're doing great. Honey, Kate, keep going. The more the merrier. So number 1, we get to be right. Number 2, we avoid responsibility. What I want to say about this too, if you follow Esther Hicks and the work that she does with Abraham, which is a collective consciousness, her belief, which I share, is our greatest responsibility is to live our full potential out loud. Whether that is you want to be an astronaut, you want to be a stay-at-home mum and raise amazing human beings, you want to make the world's best yo-yos, you want to start your own company or be a philanthropist. It doesn't matter what it is. It's unique to you. As we move towards Tea with Tanja Lee, we're going to give you access to connect with what do you love? What is in your heart? What do you want to share and express with the world? What is it? Be thyself by being thy word. A to the men, yes. Our greatest responsibility is to live our heart out loud and is to fulfill our potential, because who knows when we're going to go. And that's my job. I have given myself the task, as has somebody else upstairs said, you need to show up and inspire people, including yourself, to be brave, courageous, vulnerable, fearlessly living your life out loud. So let's do it together. Number 3, this is the most popular one, by the way. This is the one that most people do, but as I go through the 5, I want you to really intuitively connect with which is the one, which is your handbrake, which is the one that your inner saboteur is sitting in the pantry consuming the most, wishing they were happy, wishing they were fulfilled, wishing they were successful. You picking up what I'm putting down? Is this making sense? Let me know. I want to look after sick kids in remote and poor countries like Africa. Awesome. Soraya, I hope I'm saying your name right. What's stopping you? What is stopping you? By the way, I want to know, what do you want? What is in your heart? Ooh, just got goosies. Type in, what is in your heart? What is the dream, hope, aspiration, desire that you have that you're currently not acting upon? Let's actually have a breakthrough today. So the third one is and I remember saying this before and doing the bird with my fingers because that's how it feels. The third ingredient that our inner saboteur consumes is the addiction to being safe and comfortable. We stay in the same territory that is familiar. We don't like it there. We don't like the extra 6 kilos. We don't like the debt in our bank balance. We don't like the partner lying next to us. We don't like how we react to the kids. We don't like our dreams not being fulfilled, but we know what it's like to have those things in place. Are you with me? We know what it's like to not go for it in life. So the third ingredient that our inner saboteur constantly consumes is safe and comfortable. We hang out in familiar territory we don't like because we know it there. Why? We're scared to take a risk. We're scared to fail. We're scared to be seen as imperfect. Why? Because we're scared to be judged. Why? Because we are scared of being disconnected from others. If we have the fundamental belief that we're not good enough, why would we then go and put ourselves out in the universe, out in the world, brave and courageous, taking actions with no certainty of the outcome, and risk stuffing up publicly, risk being seen, risk being laughed at and ridiculed and judged? That would only confirm what we already know. But you know what the irony is? Here's the irony. We are ridiculously inspired by those that are vulnerable and courageous, aren't you? I am. We are inspired by people that stand out on the tricky edge and the thin branches of life. When I don't watch TV, but one of the things I do love watching is, like The Voice or X Factor, when people audition, where they put themselves out to be chosen to take the next step to fulfill on their life. I've always wanted to be like a coach on one of those shows, or a judge, just to help people bust through, because you can see and feel where people hold back. True? Athletes, don't you just love when you can feel they are just pouring themselves? It's a risk. I was a gymnast for years when I was a kid. I was really good until I had a major vaulting accident and cracked my coccyx bone, and tried to go back and do it, but I just lost mojo for it. But if I watch a gymnast on the floor, you see that they are trusting all their training and they go for it, tumbling themselves upside down in front of an audience and then in front of a global audience. We are inspired by those who are willing to be seen and judged and vulnerable and courageous. And that's where aspiration comes from. And we want to be like them. They have no extra success gene or magic, marrow in their bone that you and I didn't get. They are just willing to be responsible for getting out of being safe and comfortable and freaking going for it. And if there's one thing I would want more than ever for you and for me, is to freaking go for it, to really look at what is holding us back. Staying safe and comfortable will have us spiral down the sediment of suffering, because our dreams, hopes, and desires will lay dormant in the treasure chest of our soul. One of my favorite quotes that I actually wrote is, "Don't let the pirate of your mind steal the treasure of your heart." And we do every single day. So my friends, our addiction to people liking us, our addiction to be perfect, our addiction to be safe and comfortable is 100% sabotaging our success. So think about the people that you are inspired by. What are their characteristics? What do they do? They're vulnerable and courageous. And that is contagious. Vulnerability and courage is contagious, right? I have no script. I just trust myself to know what I'm sharing. We've had glitches. I've stuffed up my words, but you can feel my intention is to be over there with you, shake you up a little bit, shake myself up a little bit, and go, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Life is right now. Oof. Anyway, number one, we love to be right about our shitty beliefs, about ourselves, others, and the world. Number two, we're avoiding responsibility, not showing up, not fulfilling our true potential. Number three, why? Because we play safe and comfortable. We hang out in familiar territory that we don't like, but we know it there because we're scared of being judged. Number four, drum roll, please. Thanks for all of our scribers. I love what you're doing. I'm sorry I'm not reading your messages, but I will. And please just keep typing, because when people watch this back, they get to learn inside of your sharing. Number four, we get to be a victim. We get to believe that we are at the mercy of external circumstances. So the fourth ingredient that our inner saboteur consumes on a daily basis is victim cookies. Yes, like the Cookie Monster. Right? That was really lame. But anyway, you get it. We get to relate to ourselves that we don't have the power to change our reality. We don't have the power to earn more money. We don't have the power to use our time more effectively. We don't have the power to influence the partner that we're with. And I think we are seriously underestimating who we are. It's just easy to be a victim. But let me tell you, when we go down to victim town, when we relate that we don't have the power to alter our external reality, like We've unplugged. We've really unplugged from what's possible. And life will just be an existence rather than a creation. When you stay in set up camp in victim town, you welcome to existing, not living. I don't know about you, but I didn't come here to exist. I didn't come here to survive. I came here to live and thrive. And that's what I want more than anything for you. Access to live and thrive beyond the shit and pain and suffering that's happened in the past. Notice it's in the past, and notice we're still in the present right now, being a victim to what we decided about the past, because I promise you, with all the love in my being and beyond, it is not what happens to us that defines who we are. It is what we decide as a result. And when we unconsciously decide that we don't have the power and everybody else and everything else has the power, welcome to a life of existence. Welcome to a life where you will become an energetic attraction for everything you don't want, because what you are broadcasting to the world is, I don't have any power. And that is such a massive understatement, because you are the predominant creative force in your own reality. You can think things to existence. And then when you put your energy, and like Melissa's saying, she's on fire, she's fulfilling her dreams. Why? Because she got over herself and she's being responsible, and she's showing up, being willing and vulnerable and courageous, and practicing and stuffing up again and practicing. That's the way it goes. Consistency is key. Please don't set up camp in victim town. There's a lot of real estate in that space. It is very crowded there. And you are seriously underestimating the heart of who you are. I believe that we are the universe in a drop. We are source. We are God in our essence. We are everything. Why would we believe we aren't worthy? We aren't deserving? We only believe that because something happened in our past and we made that shitty decision, and we live like that's true. Going back to the first benefit. I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. Don't trust men. Don't trust women. Don't put all your heart in a relationship. Don't speak up in class because you're going to get laughed at. Don't take a risk. Don't start that business. What is all the stuff you're telling yourself you won't do? Why? Because when shit happened and it didn't work, you decided, oh, I don't have the power. Believe me, I've done it. My big passion is dance. I love to dance. I was on stage once with a group of girls. We used to do dance competitions. We did really well. And one time I was dancing, and I had a snake band around my arm, and we're riding the choreo, and it was feeling good, and the crowd was going off. And as I said, it was a competition, but the snake band was falling down my arm, and it was really distracting me. So I decided in the next 5, 6, 7, 8, I've shared this story before, but I'll share it again. I'll flick it off. I'll just flick it off. And I flicked it off and completely forgot where I was for maybe, 5 seconds. It felt like half an hour. I picked up the choreo again, but in that moment when the lights turned off and I was walking off stage, I decided never dance again. And I didn't for about 12 years because I was just like, I suck. Like, really? The most successful people on the planet are the ones that suck the most, have failed the most. But what they don't do, they don't collapse failure with I'm a failure. They don't collapse no with I'm not good enough. They just go, cool. Thomas Edison is an example of that. 10,000 attempts to create the light bulb. When a journalist interviewed him and said, Thomas, you've tried to make this thing 1,000 times now and it hasn't worked. Why don't you quit? You're not getting anywhere. His response, notice this. Is this our response? His response is, are you kidding me? There's 1,000 ways I've figured out that it doesn't work. I'm 1,000 steps closer to the light bulb. We don't typically think that way, but that's why Thomas Edison, that's why Tony Robbins, Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Oprah Winfrey, Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Maya Angelou. That's why these people are these people, because they don't collapse failure with I'm a failure, head down to victim town. Getting a no means I'm not good enough. Colonel Sanders, at the age of 64, he knocked on 400 restaurant doors to sell his secret herbs and spices. He got rejected 1,009 times. How would you like that? Imagine knocking on 400 doors. No, 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 bye-bye. No, thank you. No, thank you. And what did he do? At 64, he said, bugger it. I'm going to do it myself, and started Kentucky Fried Chicken, now known as KFC. There are countless stories of people who rise above adversity, who don't head down to victim town because they're courageous and willing to give it a crack, and their belief is greater than their circumstance. Please let your belief in you be greater than your current circumstances. I did a 2-hour session with someone on the weekend who was only empowered in one area of their life, which was their business. They were absolutely disempowered and in victim town in every single other area: money, marriage, parenting, self-worth, self-esteem, leadership, all of these things. And we got to see under the hood of their subconscious mind all the crap that they were telling themselves, and they were just being a victim, relating like they don't have the power. So let's do a wrap of the top 4. And can you hear which one is your favorite ingredient that you hold on to? Yes, those who rise above adversity, 100%. Thank you, Moo Gig Kids. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I just love the way that name looks. We get to be right about our shitty beliefs about ourselves, others, and the world. Yay, go us. Awesome. We get to avoid responsibility for stepping into the magnificence of who we really are and living our life out loud. It's not, it's not up to me. We blame others. We stay safe and comfortable, hanging out in familiar territory of unfulfillment. We know it there and it's safe because we're scared of being judged. We're scared of being seen. We're scared of taking a risk and having people laugh at us just to confirm that we're not good enough. We are a victim. We believe that we are at the mercy of external circumstances and that we don't have the power to change our reality. And why do we do all of that? As I said last week, you and I, to various degrees, whether it's 4% or 100% and everywhere in between, believe that we're not good enough to a degree. We only made that decision as a little kid when we didn't get love and nurturing or acknowledgement and praise from our mother, father, friends, teachers, or people in our community. And we made a decision. And that decision, I don't care how old you are right now, I promise you, your little bag of decisions is the thing that has you listen to all of these things. And it's the thing that has us unconsciously do number 5, which is number 5, the ingredient that our inner saboteur consumes consistently to have us small and unfulfilled is significance. This is when we unconsciously become drama kings and drama queens and create noise and chaos and distraction and swirl, meaning we attract really dramatic partners or really shitty situations or really bad things because unconsciously we are coming from an orientation that we're not good enough and we are a call for love rather than an act of love. And I invite you to take a look. If you have a lot of drama and chaos and noise and swirl in your reality, consider you may, and I say this with all love and respect because I've been there too and go there too, you may be being a drama queen. You may be being a drama king. You may be unconsciously creating the drama and the noise and the story and the chaos to feel like something, to feel like your life matters in some way. The good news is, awesome, congratulations, you're a creator. You're creating the things that you desire, but is it serving you? So take a look, let's summarize, and I would love you to listen and let's be vulnerable and courageous together because we're all like-minded people, all of us that are on here, we all, we're like-minded people wanting to grow and evolve and develop and live our truth out loud. I'm assuming, that's why you're tuning in. Which one is the one for you? And I'd love you to type in mine and then the which one it is. I'm going to summarize again. Addicted to being right about our beliefs that don't support us. Avoiding responsibility, taking action, doing what we know we need to do to move forward and living our best life out loud. Staying safe and comfortable, shit scared of what people will think of us. And scared. Like the amount of times I've stuffed up, believe me, I can't even tell you. I stuffed up on stage in front of 600 people within 30 seconds of emceeing a 3-day event. Like, honestly. And I'm still here. I didn't die. One of the best lessons of my life. Being a victim. Are you relating like you don't have the power to change your external reality or your circumstances? You are so underestimating yourselves, please. Or are you being a drama king and a drama queen? Which one? So calm star. Number 3 is staying safe and comfortable, avoiding responsibility. 3 in every single possible way. Jackie Bailey, 3 and 4. Thank you, team. Our friends on Facebook. Which one is it? So thank you so much for this lesson and session. You're very welcome. All but, yes, we do all of them. Avoiding responsibility, unreal, being safe and comfortable. Paula, avoiding responsibility, great. Courtney, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Being a victim. Look, hey, Miriam. Honestly, which is my one right now? I was staying safe and comfortable until I came out, definitely. It's hanging out in familiar territory that I enjoyed, but I wasn't fulfilling my purpose. Which one am I in now? Victim? No. Being right? No. Avoiding responsibility? Yeah, I reckon I could turn up the amount of stuff that I'm doing, like the work that I'm doing, the pace. I could definitely turn up the pace. I'm cruising a little bit. Believe me, I'm doing stuff, but I could be churning stuff out really quickly to add value to a lot more people a lot faster. So that's the one that I'm doing right now. Awesomeness. Thank you for sharing and being you. Oh my God, you're welcome. So yeah, so that's my one. I'm avoiding responsibility of working faster to get this stuff out to help more people and change people's lives. So then I can ask myself, how serious am I about really illuminating a pathway for people to transform together with me, right? Because I'm doing the work myself. Great. So now this is the work, right? We have awareness. So you have awareness now that the ingredient that your inner saboteur is consuming the most, that is the Achilles heel to your progression, is one of those 5. Okay, one of those 5. So now what's the work to do now? We have awareness. Choose. We need to choose, because the reason that those people I mentioned before and many others are successful is they don't consume that and they choose to be courageous. What was number 5, guys? Sorry, I had to take a call. Significance. We seek significance. We become drama kings and drama queens. Avoiding responsibility for Greg. Okay, so let's do the work together. So you know your thing that you're doing. You know the one that you're doing. So the first question is, are you willing to be responsible that's been driving you? And here's the real question. Are you willing to be responsible? Oof, this is a hard pill to swallow, my friend, so get ready. Are you willing to be responsible, and type yes in if this is your truth, that ingredient that you've been consuming, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, whatever it is, has been more important to you than the thing you desire, the relationship you want, the money you want to have, the job you want to create, the project you want to release, the book you want to write, the juiciness with your kids, the body you desire. Are you willing to be responsible that thing that's stopping you has just been more important than the thing itself that you desire? Type in yes. Because remember, when we stand in responsibility, we relate to ourselves as able to respond. That means we go, I'm able to respond differently. If I'm avoiding responsibility for really amping it up, then I can be responsible for that. And okay, now what's my action? Great. So just type in yes. Are you willing to be, hey, Carney, are you willing to be responsible? And Pauline, hey, CD, spending time in the comfort zone can figure it out if it's a nice, can't figure it out if it's a nice, safe place I've created, or if I'm itchy feet, it's a voice telling me I need to leave. Yes, sister, yes. Isn't that self-sabotage? A to the men, yes, 100%, yes. Our friends on Facebook, are you willing to take responsibility? Now, here's the deal, my friends, and if you stick around and stay with me for Tea with Tanja Lee, you'll get to see that a lot of what I teach is not from a place of blame and shame ourselves, but from a place of compassion and care. Less whip, more wand. That's the deal. We're already hard on ourselves enough. So don't go, and look at this and go, I'm really hard. No, just go, oh, look at that. Cool, aware. Cheers. Go me. Awesome. And what else? So are you willing to take responsibility? Miriam, yes, I must share all my vision for my franchise business won't be fulfilled. Yes, Miriam. So what's holding you back? I'm cruising. Didn't realize that until avoiding responsibility. Thanks for the insight. Sister, mirror. I'm cruising. Why? I've worked really hard for a really long space of time, and I'm using Corona Loco as a nice reason why I can be in 3rd gear and, not 6th gear. Or driving in sports. I'm asking myself now openly with you, how serious really am I about transforming our lives and our world, right? Now, I don't want to be working 24/7 and hustling and grinding, because that's not my flavor. You'll never hear me say hustle, grind, no, because that feels very force orientated. I was in the shower this morning. getting ready for you, for life. And I'm showering and an idea came in full flow. I don't subscribe to hustle, work hard, force. I subscribe to get connected to your greatness, meditate, detach from thought, have awareness of what what ingredient your inner saboteur is consuming, get responsible, and then practice. So most of you that I can see, you're writing in. Yes, Calmstar started the process yesterday to acknowledge my safe space and started to gently push myself out of my comfort zone and challenge and allow myself to grow. Ooh, amen, girl. Ooh, I love that. Okay. Ugh, all right. So here's what I need to do. I just had an idea. I need to create a private Facebook page for those that want to join to hold each other accountable. Let me ask you, would that be useful? We're going to create a global membership. That's one of the things I'm working on. But, do we need a Facebook page for those that like Tea with Tanja Lee that want to come on and actually share what you're doing, the lessons you're learning, the actions you're going to take, and we can hold each other accountable? Love your gentle yet incredible challenging push. Yes, that's the way I roll. Thank you. Okay. So let me know if that would be useful. So you've identified, hi, who's just joined? You've identified the ingredient, and I'm just acknowledging this is a longer than usual podcast, but hey, so be it. Thanks for sticking around. You've identified the ingredient your inner saboteur is consuming. Many of you have taken responsibility for it, which means now you're able to respond. Cheers to us. Take a moment. This is where shit gets real and things really change. So cheers to us. Now, whatever yours is, so mine was avoiding responsibility, cruising, right? Doing stuff, but cruising. So now let's make a commitment and let's do this for each other for the week. What are you going to do this week? Miriam, what are you going to do? Ashley, what are you going to do? Melissa, what are you going to do? Kelly, what are you going to do? Greg, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, my friend? Suzanne, count me in, hun. Private Facebook page. Awesome. Calmstar, could call it T for transforming. Yes, we could. I love you. Thank you, Calmstar. What are you going to do? Type in now. Think about the ingredient that sabotages your success. And what are you going to do about it? What am I going to do? I'm going to block away more time to really get stuff done. This week I will have my one-on-one offerings on a printable PDF, on a link on my Instagram, link in bio, and on my Facebook page. And I will create a private Facebook group this week in the next couple of days for me to invite you to join. That's two things. And I've got some good stuff happening this week to get my the Heart of Conscious Creating online program done, right? So that's it. That's my declaration. So what are you going to do? Type in, develop my free gifts. Awesome. Yes, Miriam. So let's be specific. Fair Mary, good morning. I'm going to catch up with a friend and I want to go buy some crystals. Great. You want to go buy crystals or you're going to? Okay. I'm sure crystals are an essential thing. Journal. Try to figure out where my head is at. Yes, honey, stick around. Tea with Tanja Lee. We're here to provide great clarity for you. What are you going to do, Fairy Mary? I love you. What are you going to do? Focus on GSD, not for fluffing around on email. Great. Awesome. So write in what you're going to do. Soon there will be a Facebook page and I'll let you know on Friday for our next episode of Tea with Tanja Lee. If you do want to be part of the Facebook group, can you write yes to private Facebook group in Facebook? And can you DM me on Instagram? If you don't follow me on Instagram, I love you. I'd love you to because I'm here for you. But please, if you want to be part of a private Facebook group to share what you're doing, hold each other accountable, and I'll add extra stuff, then let me know. We'll do that. Okay. So I hope you found that useful. What are the 5 ingredients that our inner saboteur consistently consumes to keep us stuck and small? You brought awareness to it. Most of you who typed in took responsibility for where you're sabotaging your own success, which is now you're able to respond. And if you can write in here action you're going to take, so stop navel gazing and pretending that you've got the awareness. Awareness without action is just knowledge. It's nothing. You got to implement now. What are you implementing and when? So type that in Instagram and Facebook. And now my next invitation is, please, if you don't want to miss any of our And this coming Friday, I'm going to ask you, what did you do? Please, but email me, tanja@thetanjalee.com. What did you do? What happened as a result? What did you do? What happened as a result from being vulnerable and courageous? Bloody awesome. If you don't follow me or subscribe and you'd like to, I'd love you to, because I'm here for you. No spam, all love. No spam, all love. You just please follow me on Instagram at the Tanja Lee. Same thing on Facebook. And if you receive our one email a week with our 2 Tea with Tanja Lee podcasts and videos, then give me, DM me or put in Facebook your full name, first name, surname, and your email address, or private message me, and we'll add you to the community. Okay. And that's where once a week you get stuff in your inbox if you miss this. Now, Calmstar, I have a gift for you, and I have a gift, an opportunity, or a competition. I don't really like that word, but that's what it is. I am offering 1 hour free energetic clearing and healing for one person. We do it online. How it works is you show up on Zoom, I show up on Zoom. I work with you to uncover what is the predominant limiting belief that is holding you back. Where is it residing in your body? We do a creative visualizing technique and some shamanic healing, which is just energy healing, to eliminate it from your body, giving you access to your life source to flow and the courage to go and grow. It is an hour. It is phenomenal. I'm really good at it, and I'm going to gift it to the person who follows my page on Instagram or Facebook, writes down in 25 words why they want that session, and tags at least 3 people. Now, if you hear this and you're going, you just want people to your page. Yes, I do. Full transparency. I'm all about leverage. I want people to be part of this conversation. So it's an energy exchange. I'm going to give my time one-on-one to have someone really heal somewhere that they're stuck. And believe me, I'm great at that. And in exchange, if you dig it, if you don't dig it, don't do it. But if you dig it, you're like, damn, I want that session. All you need to do is make sure you follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Make sure you type in why you want that session. You can do that publicly or you can do it privately. It's your call, and tag at least 3 people, and you can enter as many times. I'm going to choose the winner. I'm going to post after this. I'm going to choose the winner on Friday this week for Tea with Tanja Lee. And let it be known, I am absolutely transparent in saying I want more people part of this conversation. There's no hidden agenda here. Maybe I hope I shaved my armpits. There's no steak knives. There's no gold shiny watches. There's no spam. It's just love. And this is me being responsible for wanting to have the biggest impact possible. Calmstar, that's a gift I'm giving you, because yesterday when I asked for people just to share with their friends to join me for Tea with Tanja Lee, you tagged about 12 people. Look, you're giving me goosebumps. You just, by the love of you, tagged 12 people in my Instagram just to share. I didn't ask for it, and because of you, you gave me the idea to do this competition. So Calmstar, you're the first cab off the rank, my love. If you love a one-on-one energetic clearing and healing with me so you can reside in the magnificence of your soul and get rid of the shackles that are holding you back, DM me, honey, and we'll book it in. We'll book it in today for this week. Okay. So I love you. So let's just grow together, rise together. Okay. Like that's the intention. Holy crapola. I've been going for 50 minutes. Was it valuable? Did you get something? I hope you did. Please join me again for Tea with Tanja Lee this coming Friday, where we're going to explore how we can be confident in these Bambi moves, because we're going to explore the 5 steps to creating confidently, because I'm asking you to shift from the sediment of your ego into the radiance of your soul, where we've got a lot of programming over here. So as you take a risk, as you step out and take an action, you're going to need to be courageous. So this coming Friday, Tea with Tanja Lee is sharing what the 5 steps to confidently creating and why some of us quit on the 3rd step. I hope you found this valuable. I love you so much. Every day I wake up to be of service to you and myself and my kids. So if you pick up what I put down, awesome. If this is not your flavor, hallelujah. I love you. Go and live a great life. Please become a devotee. Fill your cup with love. and go brew you. Thanks for tuning in. I can't wait to see you 8 a.m. standard time this Friday to win that competition, which will be drawn. I'll just have everyone's name in a hat or something, and I'm just going to hand draw it. You can enter as many times. Follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Write 25 words or less why you want that healing session, and tag at least 3 people. At least tag many. At least 3 people, but don't just tag them because you're in a competition. Share with them why you think that this is a space for us to grow together and what you want for them. Okay. And then I'll choose someone on Friday, and I cannot wait to be of service. I love you. Go well. Go brew you. See you soon. See you guys.